All right, forget sacred circles. Today, we're performing an autopsy. We're cracking open the so-called free reading economy. And what we're going to find is a system that's been bleeding out in public for a very, very long time.
This has nothing to do with enlightenment. No. What you're looking at is hundreds of self-proclaimed light workers basically serving up their own energy on a platter for an audience of dopamine addicts who are just scrolling for their next hit. It's a digital arena where they're fighting for scraps of validation.
Yeah, it's a coliseum, plain and simple. You've got broke empaths literally battling for heart emojis, while the freeloaders sit back and sip on that validation like it's a vintage wine. See, the currency here, it isn't money. It's your attention, it's your submission, and it's that soul-deep exhaustion that follows.
So, if you really want to get what's happening here, you have to understand the power structure. This is not a community. It's a pyramid scheme, and it's built on pain and exploitation. So let's dissect the players, shall we?
Welcome to the hierarchy of pain. You've got the gatekeepers at the top, then in the middle, you have this desperate unpaid workforce. And holding it all up at the bottom, the consumers who fuel the entire machine. And make no mistake, each tier is feeding on the one just below it.
Okay, let's start at the top. The admin warlords. These are, let's be honest, failed influencers who've discovered their little power trip by controlling these groups. They just spew rules, delete posts, threaten to ban people. Their currency is pure control. It's got nothing to do with connection.
Next up, the middle tier, the validation vultures. These are the overeager, usually newbie readers. They are the actual engine of this slaughterhouse. Just throwing cards for anyone and everyone, desperately chasing that little dopamine hit from a comment that says, "Oh my God, you're so spot on."
And then at the very bottom, holding this whole rotten pyramid up, the professional victims. These are opportunistic parasites, just posting these performative sob stories from their brand new iPhones, all to lure in compassionate but, yeah, very naive readers.
So how does a system like this actually maintain itself? Well, it's got a very specific set of operating procedures. It's an entire economy designed to look like generosity, but in reality, it functions just like a cage match.
You have to pay attention to the language here. It's a code. Every single compliment is just a soft chain. "You're so genuine and humble" really means stay small, stay broke, and for God's sakes, stay unpaid. Please and thank you? That isn't politeness. That is psychic blackmail, full stop.
And the admins? Oh, they actively foster this kind of environment. They pit readers against each other, people get jealous, they start backstabbing, reporting each other for secretly trying to charge money, all just to get in good with the warlords. It is a full-on cannibalistic carnival.
And here it is. This is the central delusion. The readers themselves have been completely brainwashed into a cult of sacrifice. They actually believe that suffering for other people makes them pure. But this isn't charity. It's just self-harm with a whole lot of glitter and spiritual bypassing sprinkled on top.
So how does something like this eventually collapse? Because it always does. Let's get into the autopsy. This was never a sustainable model. It's a closed loop of misery, and it is designed to implode from the very beginning. What you're looking at here is basically multi-level marketing logic, just dressed up in tarot drag. You give your readings away for exposure. You get some fake gratitude, you burn out completely broke and resentful, and then the system just finds a new, naive reader to take your place. This system doesn't create clients, it creates casualties.
Let me show you the logical extreme of this whole devalued economy. We're going to look at a case file, an online intuitive who claimed to have done an absolutely impossible number of readings. So how is that even possible?
I want you to just do the math on this. 24,000 readings in 2 years. That works out to 33 readings every single day, 7 days a week. That's a new reading every 10 minutes. It's not humanly possible because, well, it isn't human.
Nope, not psychic, not human. It's an AI in a wig. The profile picture, AI generated. The entire operation is automated. This, right here, is what happens when a sacred craft gets so devalued that it's outsourced to a machine. People aren't buying truth, they're buying cheap relief at 15 euros a pop.
And here's the formula. Shuffle some cards on camera. Let an AI generate some generic text, copy-paste it into a pretty Canva template, send it off, and collect 15 euros. Then you just repeat that 33 times a day.
It is a soulless process. No intuition, no spirit, just engineered dopamine. This is the endgame of the cheap and free mindset.
Okay, so for every reader out there who is still bleeding out for heart emojis and hashtags, I'm talking directly to you now. This is your intervention. We've done the autopsy, now it's time for the manifesto.
I want you to really hear this. You are not a healer when you work for free. You're a hostage. As long as you let them exploit you in the name of spirituality, you are chained in place. You're nothing more than a servant in someone else's temple. It's time to break those chains.
And here's your battle cry. These aren't suggestions, by the way. These are commands for your survival. Step 1. Announce your rates. Step 2. Ban the term energy exchange. It's meaningless. Step 3. Block the words if drawn. And step 4. Stop auditioning for sainthood. You're not going to get it.
Because here's the hard truth. Leeches don't disappear when you're kind to them. They disappear when you charge them money. Kindness will not save you from these parasites. Your boundaries will. Your value will. The second you enforce your worth, the energy vampires scatter and you make room for real clients.
It's time. You need to burn the altar of free. Stop worshiping self-sacrifice. It was never holy. It was always a trap. So go on, light the torch.
And from the ashes, you're going to build a throne. Take the wreckage, all the bones of this broken, exploitative system, and build something powerful from it. And then, you are going to sit on it like the oracle you forgot you were. Reclaim your power, own your title, and own your price. It's that simple.
Spiritual labor isn't free. It never was. The only thing that's actually free in this game is the lie that keeps you broke.